things theology, all things theology. We chop it up properly, without an apology. Gotta give that theology to God, hallowed be, cause this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
Jamal H. Bryant. We got to get the full name correct. And the H is for heresy. So Jamal Bryant in his last service, he clapped back at all the people who had an issue with him responding or bringing Kamala Harris to his church, twisting scripture and all that. It was a wild, right, event. We look at that. We talked about that, right? But then he made this sermon, and this sermon is really for two things. This sermon is really to justify why he brought Kamala into the church, and he's begging for money. Y'all know how it is, man.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And so, look, I don't want to waste any time. I want to get right into it.
The devil is doing too much. He's doing too much. And he has used this election cycle to raise up demons who think that they are going to push us backwards in time. I don't know who the enemy thought he was playing with, but I need the enemy to serve notice that you are dealing with a free black man. I am not going to be intimidated or pushed around because you done raised up some white patriarchal preachers who think that they can throw off a black preacher who knows who he is and knows what he is called to do. You can try that with some other ones, but this one right here, you done picked the wrong one today.
Now,
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I'm tired of the church.
Now, this is clearly a response to Donnie, right? This is clearly a response to Donnie, right? I mean, my goodness, man, he is. Now, again, if you think this is insulting, he's going to say some more insulting stuff. Yeah, what did the Caucasians do? What leave my Caucasians alone. Look, and I have been honorated by my fellow Caucasians, an honorary Caucasian, so I can speak for them. They love me around here, right?
Yes, Randy Watson. That boy is good.
I mean, this is about he's making this a ethnicity thing, that the people that disagree with him that were all in the comment section were white people. Man, you got a lot of pushback from black folk that wasn't feeling that. Matter of fact, there were some black people who were getting escorted out. I saw a video, let me not hype it up. I saw a video of a black person getting escorted out of the church.
Just because you got a few black people that go to your church, that don't mean you ain't racist.
No.
Oh, man.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Let me just say this. Just because you have a lot of black people in your church don't mean you doing anything to help black people. And look at his future wife. That's my man. That's my man. Please snap black supremacy. That's my man. You go, baby. This is pure nonsense. I mean, where are we in the passage? Yeah.
Just because you done kissed a few black babies don't mean that you ain't a white supremacist. As long as you shouting about pro-life, keep that same energy with the death penalty.
No.
These are not even the same. I hate when people try to say, well, if you're pro the baby living, then you got to abolish the death penalty. Here's the fundamental difference. The baby has not committed a crime punishable by death. The person generally, obviously, I know there are some times where the person is innocent, right? That's not what I'm speaking about. Generally, someone has reached the level of death penalty because they have lived recklessly, right? They murdered a whole bunch of people. How is that even equivalent? How is that even remotely equivalent? But here's what's happening. He is just doing Democratic talking points. That's all he's doing, sir. And you sound angry.
You mad? I can't argue with you. No.
This dude, big mad. Let's keep going, man. Because I mean, he's going. Like I said, he's making this a black or white thing. But guess what? So many people that are pro-black, or let me just say, people who are black, would take the position he's saying is the white supremacist position, I guess, and kissing black babies. Where are we? My goodness.
As long as you talking about raising up arms, don't forget black. Don't forget that they trying to ban black books. Don't forget that
they're not trying to ban black books. What they are banning is, and he's speaking primarily in Florida, where DeSantis, hey, I like him as a governor. He's banning stuff that is promoting dangerous ideologies like critical race theory, stuff like, they're banning DEI, stuff like that. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, which sounds nice on paper, which just pretty much means you're a affirmative action hire. I don't want to be an affirmative action hire. I want to be hired because I'm qualified to do the job. That's irrelevant in DEI primarily, right? And so that's what's actually being banned, but you wouldn't know that from him, right? With all these straw mans he's pulling out.
Do you want to build a
Straw man.
trying to stop the education of black history. Don't forget, they trying to.
No one's actually trying to do that. No one's actually trying to do that. I mean, you can have our February month, I guess. I mean, I actually hate that. I always felt awkward in school. Like February, they got all these black posters, and then we're reading about Black history, and everybody's looking at the black people while they're reading. It's like, I don't care about Black History Month. I think good history should be celebrated all year long. I don't think anybody's celebration should be included for just a month. I mean, why February too? I don't know. But anyways, let's keep going.
Loan forgiveness from students that are trying to go to school.
Why didn't Biden do this when he was in office? This is the thing. If you wanted to do student loan forgiveness, why wasn't this done when Kamala was VP? And this didn't get done with your appreciated party. Look, I got some student loans. Y'all can hook a brother up, right? Y'all can hook a brother up, right? But regardless, this is so interesting.
Don't forget that they trying to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yes, we don't want people. Look, diversity for diversity's sake is nothing to be celebrated. If you can't actually do the job, I like diversity if people are qualified to do their job, right? And so that's what he's talking about. DEI, get rid of DEI. It's terrible. You got people. Yeah, everybody looks, different. It's a different color rainbow, but who can actually perform the job? I don't care if you're black, white, right? Cue the Michael Jackson song. I don't care about your skin color when I need a heart transplant. I literally don't care. But Jamal's happy as long as the person's black. It's like the least important thing about you is your melanin count.
Don't forget they don't want health care for your black mama and your own black grandmother. Miss me with all of that. The kingdom is at hand.
What does the kingdom at hand have to do with any of what we just heard, that rant? No. I mean, literally. But again, if Caucasians, you're upset, don't worry. He has some more harsh words for you. I don't support this. I'm just, letting you guys know. I do not support this. So let's hear what he has to say about you white evangelicals.
The devil comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Over the last week, they have unleashed every arsenal to try to dismantle the weight of what it is that God is calling us to do. How dare you think you can curse a church if God be for us?
Now, he's talking about all the people who spoke out about him bringing Kamala to his church to speak and twisting scriptures. How dare you say, you can curse a church, sir? Your church is cursed. What do you mean? No. I mean, this isn't some revelatory thing that was just believed when you brought Kamala in. All the myriads of false this church was literally laid and built by false doctrine, sir.
Jingle bells, I'm not going to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Who can be against her? Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. It is these same white evangelical preachers that have said nothing about Trayvon Martin, said nothing about Freddie Gray, said nothing about voice over a convicted felon who is a racist and a misogynist. Where was your prophetic voice during all of that?
Oh my goodness, sir.
Gaslight. I'm thinking that's some type of arsonist.
I know a microphone would hate to see Jamal Bryant come in. So he's like, and let me just say this. There were a lot of white pastors who spoke about that because y'all guilt tripped them so bad. So bad. Again, a pastor's not obligated to preach about every cultural moment. A pastor's obligation is first to the text. It really just shows where his allegiance is, right? And of course, Trump lives rent free in the black church. Trump lives rent free in the black church, right? 45 convicted felonies. It's first of all, he was charged with those. From my understanding, never convicted. So there's a difference, right, in that. But he's just ranting, ripping, raving every Democratic talking point. Well, he's got a little bit more to say about this. Let's keep going.
There was no problem for the children of Israel as long as they lived in a tent.
We're back to the
But
text.
when they wanted to build something permanent, that's when they thought they were doing too much. As long as you aren't doing anything, you will never have an enemy. It is only when you start looking like what God called you to do that people are going to have a problem with who you are.
If you actually listen to what he's saying, it's complete nonsense. He says, if you're not doing nothing, people won't speak against you. But it's when you start actually doing stuff, people have a problem. This is dumb. How about you're actually doing wrong stuff and people are speaking out? Like, it's always taking the perspective of Jamal Bryant as the victim, because this sermon ultimately is about him. I mean, you can really hear it. It's really about him. Watch this.
John Maxwell said, if you want to be liked, then sell ice cream. I done lived long enough in America that I ain't gonna lose no sleep over who don't like me. Stay right in the comments. Stay right on my page. Stay right on following me. Because if I wasn't saying nothing, you wouldn't be coming behind me.
No, it's because you're saying heretical stuff. People are speaking out about it, right?
I'm tired of the church.
But notice, this all puts him from the perspective of he is the victim.
Go behind them preachers that ain't saying nothing about nothing, but you got a real one this time.
A real false teacher. That is about it. That is literally about all we have in the pulpit. Don't he sound, look, hey, I'm about to show my age. Don't he sound like look, I'm not promoting this movie. What's the one movie? Don't ask how much the pastor make. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. I said don't ask. No questions. Just give the money, right?
No. They have no problem as long as you struggling. God, I can't hear nobody in here. But they need to see how God will restore the years. I just think God is protecting Donald Trump. He wants Donald Trump to be alive long enough to see a black woman beat his behind. You doing too much.
Oh my goodness.
Say not
let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. Let me make sure I heard this correctly.
How dare you?
The reason why God is keeping unregenerate Trump alive, yeah, let's be clear, Trump is not a Christian. Okay? The reason why God is keeping him alive is so he can see, so Trump can witness when he puts unregenerate Kamala in office. I mean, how does this make any sense? First of all, she's already in office, from a vice president standpoint, but hey, she's going to get a promotion, I guess. This makes no sense. Again, Why is he trying to use this as some kind of concern about the church? As the quote goes, what does Jerusalem have to do with Athens? What does that have to do with anything? all they heard was black, and they were excited. Yeah. The Caucasian going to see the black woman rise up. What does this have to do with anything? Oh, grace and peace. Thank you for watching another episode of All Things Theology. If you enjoyed what you heard today, go on and give me a like. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. I promise to give you weekly lives, videos, interactions, exposing false teachers, sharing with you, the viewer, my theological beliefs, things about the culture, and the Bible. So if you're here for that, come on and join us. Also, if you would like to support this channel financially, you can do so by becoming a Patreon member or a YouTube member. Links are in the description below. You can see content before it drops. You can also have Q&A sessions with also other Patreon members, YouTube members as well. So if you would like that, hit the description link in below.